Hey, what's up guys? This is Martin here from Redefining. On today's video, we're going to talk about experience and age and why it is kind of irrelevant today. Because it is so damn easy to get caught up in this trap nowadays. Where you can think, hey, I'm too young for this. I don't have the right experience. I'm not skilled enough. This guy, this girl is better than me. Because of X, or Y, or Z, or whatever it is. It is so easy to fall into this trap, into this self-destructive loop of destroying your own self, of destroying your confidence. It is so easy to believe that you're not good enough. That I'm this, I'm that, I'm too young, I'm too short, I don't come from the right background, I'm not educated enough. I don't have the right ethnicity. I don't come from the right family. I don't have the connections. Okay? People have all kinds of excuses today. But let me tell you this. It has never been easier to become successful than now. I know there's a lot of people nowadays that want to say, oh, it's too competitive. The market is saturated. It's, everything has been done. There's nothing new. It's so difficult to create something new today. And I disagree with that. There's so many people out there, younger than you, people who are less talented than you, people who have less experience than you, people who are not as gifted as you, people who didn't have the right background, people who come from worse than you, and they've turned themselves into something great in life. And it's usually people who were fighting against the odds. People who didn't deserve to be there, but they're there. Because they've put in the work. They've sacrificed. And they've pushed through. They've broken all kinds of boundaries. They've elevated their life. Because they believe in themselves. They didn't let their mind stop them. And that's the biggest problem that we have today. We have all these people nowadays, a lot of fake gurus actually, who want to tell you that you're not good enough until you do this. That you're not skilled because of this or Y or whatever it is. People come up with all kinds of crazy ass formulas today. With their blueprint, their secret, right? And it's BS. It does not exist. The fact of the matter is, you have everything at your disposal today. You can become anything that you want. And this is not to sound pompous, but that's the truth. You can become anything that you want to be. And I know it is very easy to fall into that self-destructive loop because we have all these idiots around us, especially our family members. And this is not to bash on anyone here. We have all these stupid friends, all these matrix people per se, that are brainwashing us. And they're telling us, oh, we're having hard times today. Oh, the world is such a bad place today. Well, it is a bad place for you, my friend. Because most likely, you're lazy, you're not being resourceful, you're not capitalizing on your assets, you're not productive, you're not educating yourself, you've stopped learning, you're over drinking, you're wasting your time, you're jerking off to Pornhub, you're procrastinating, you have no goals. And this is why they're telling you that. Because so many people today, they've given up. They've surrendered a long, long time ago. And now, they want to project all these insecurities onto you. They want to latch that negativity on you. And it's contagious. It can infect you very fast. Which is why you need to have a healthy mind. You need to believe in yourself. And filter the good you need to be able to filter the bad and the good information. And it's difficult because we're so inundated with all this attention from these gurus, these social media influencers, or whatever they want to call themselves. And it's difficult. We're bombarded with all this attention. We have so many distractions. Life has never been easier than now. But yet, people fail to reach their true potential. Why is that? Well, quite frankly, I think it's due to many things. I think one, too much comfort breeds mediocrity, and two, when people get things for free, they don't value them. This is why so many people are so entitled today. They believe they don't have to work, they don't have to learn anything. They should just have this life without putting in any effort, without having any kind of sacrifice, without busting their ass for years. They just believe that God, the success fairy, should just grant them this life, and it's never going to be the case. But the point is, it has never been easier to make things happen. Right now, for instance, we have a lot of 15, 16, 17-year-olds out there, boys and girls, or teenagers, literally, who are making more money than you. They're more successful than you. More successful than all these doctors, all these lawyers, all these quote-unquote experts, all these physicists, all these dentists, and all of these people combined. Why? Because we live in a very different time today. We live in the information age where it's all about getting attention. It's all about marketing. It's no longer so much about skill like it was like 20 years ago. Now, obviously, you still need to have the skills. You need to be good at something, but the barrier to entry is much lower. And I can see with so many people, like my younger brother, for instance. I have a younger brother that makes a lot of money. I'm not going to say how much, but he makes a lot of money for his age. And he's 20. He's younger than me. And I actually admire that in him. Because there's very few 20-year-olds that make really good money today. Most people would just, they're just wasting their lives. And then when they're 30, 35, that's when they decide to fix their lives. But that's a whole different thing. So the point is, there's nothing that's stopping you. You have everything that you want today. Especially if you live in a Western country like Norway, the US, Canada, Germany, the UK. I'm also going to include Poland in this list. Or the Czech Republic, Italy, Switzerland. It has never been easier to make things happen. But still, most people refuse to change. Most people would much rather be complacent, and they're being besieged by this whole thing that's stopping them, which is their brain. Their brain is conquering them. And that's why they're not making progress. Because it's easy to be complacent today. It is so easy to fall down that trap of... It's so easy to fall into this vicious loop of constant pleasure, right? Because we have all these distractions, and it's very tempting. It is slowly sucking us in. But this is what we have to resist. We have to resist that mediocrity and that comfort, that easiness. Because it's necessary. And every single successful person who's watching this will testify to this. Success comes from doing things repeatedly. Having the right plan, being committed, and having that discipline. And doing it for a long, long time. Because life, at the end of the day, is a marathon. It is not a sprint. This takes a long time. And I don't care what these gurus will tell you. That you can accomplish all the success within a couple months. BS. Unless you want to scam people, which is actually what a lot of these guys are doing. They're actually suffering from the paradox of practice, but I'm not going to get into it. You can do your own research on that. But, get to work. Stop being complacent. I know we all go through something. Actually, in life, I found it's an unlearning process. As we grow up, when we become adults, we have to unlearn a lot of these negative habits that we've cultivated since childhood. You know, smoking, drugs, alcohol, partying, chasing girls, overeating, watching porn, being lazy, you know, binge watching TV. You know, this is fixable, by the way. It's hard, but it's doable. Like, everything that's worthwhile in this life is hard. If it was easy, like, you wouldn't want it. The reason why success and all these big things in life are so coveted, like having a, you know, Ferrari, making 6 figures a month, 7 figures a month, 8 figures a month, having, you know, bad bitches around you, having a lot of muscle, being a Chad, being an alpha male, quote unquote. This is why so many people look up to people like that. Like Andrew Tate, for instance. I'm gonna plug him here. I know he's doing some shady stuff now. He's not really... He kind of deviated from his old message, but I used to look at that guy quite a lot. I got a lot of inspiration from him. But now he's doing some weird stuff now. But he inspired me quite a lot when I was younger. So, this is why so many people looked up to him. Because he was a source of inspiration. He showed people what was possible. You know, a lot of young kids lack that father figure, that masculine role model. We have a lack of mentors today. We don't have the right role models today. And that's a big problem. We have a whole bunch of weak men who are overly mothered and who don't have the right structure in their lives. And that's a huge issue, by the way. This is why a lot of women are suffering by this as well. Because they don't have the right man, they don't have the right men, they don't have men that they can look up to. They're surrounded by a whole bunch of betas, a whole bunch of simps that are messaging them every single day. And everyone is actually experiencing the bad repercussions from it. So I gotta confess, this is fixable. You can become that source of inspiration, of motivation, and inspire others to do the same thing. So, don't procrastinate, don't wait around the bush, don't, you know, stop looking for validation, stop looking for people who are going to fix your life. Only you can fix your life. And I don't care how successful you are. I don't care how much pain, struggle, adversity you're going through. Only you can fix your problems. And I'm going to repeat the same thing. It has never been easy to become successful. Your age experience is irrelevant today. So get it going. I'll believe in y'all. Good luck.